Greetings, all. Shardvixen here, and we are doing homemade vellum paper. I was very excited to find out about this then. So, I've done a couple of different ones. I couldn't tell you which ones. These are specifically. So we're going to do over here, I have different oils to try. The only new one for me is the almond oil. It's very pricey, so I wouldn't suggest, but I want to see what happens. So these are I made colored ones. There are ones that are just blank, but I did color because I like the idea of colored vellum. These are envelopes, and I used food coloring in them, which we will do in here on ours. This will be probably a 5-part series, and then we'll look at the pages all in one end, at the end of all one, maybe, I don't know. So these pages here turned out really well. The reason it's a more brown color is because the paper was an older piece of paper. I really like that one. Okay, and here's an old Oz book. And then this is the real fine paper you get in some theater books. I really like the way that sounds. I'm a bit textural person. These ones turned out really pretty. This is with black food coloring. You know, here's another one. Very crispy sounding. I can't tell you which oils I used where. I do know that the coconut ones for a while were sticky, but none of these are sticky anymore. And of course, a lot of these aren't really a vellum. I mean, they feel like a vellum paper would feel like, but they're not exactly completely clear. I mean, you can kind of see my hand behind them, but not totally. I just was playing around with colors and stuff. We'll do some. I like these ones. The two-tone ones are kind of fun. This one is really nice. You can see my hand behind it. It has a nice feel to it. Now, like I said, some are sticky. These have been drying for about 2 weeks. Yeah, about 2 weeks since when I did it. Maybe a week. Maybe a week. They'll keep that oil feel for a while until they dry. Once they dry, they won't be that way. Certain pages are better than other pages, of course. There's the older looking pages. Just like some of the oils color up better than others oils, because the olive oil is so heavy and dark. It tends to make the colors darker. So this probably is the olive oil. Okay, so then here's one that's just, you know, white paper. I wanted to make some nice white paper ones. Again, this just feels like parchment. I like this one. This one turned out. Now this is the vellum looking. See, this is magazine paper. Magazine paper seems to be about one of the better papers. I'm gonna play with a lot of papers. Of course, copy paper too gets that really vellum look. I like the. This is where the food color streaked, because it's more of a water food color, and so it didn't mix, so you get more of a streak to it. So I made a couple of those. This one's one of my favorites. This one too. And this is a heavier book style. Not really a whole lot of change, except that it tinted it. So you get more of an older look to it, but not much. These were again my favorites. These are older magazine, where they almost invisible, and when you color them up, they look really cool. So my blacks, I'm gonna use those. So see, I love this style. It's a more pulpy paper. I think it's still very thin, but it has a very tactile structure to it, so it's a heavier paper than your other paper. And then, these are my tissue papers. Not tissue, but I keep saying it. This is tracing paper. So this is folded tracing paper to get the lines and the stuff out of it. So that one I like, turned out well. And then we have this one. And again, there's that texture. You can, I'm going to do some stuff where we paint on them. See how that turns out. On another video. Alright, so we're going to start with what we're going to do is 3 pages each of pages. 3 pages. So I have 3 different pages here. I want to do. I like this paper, so we're going to do one of those. We're going to do this one with it, and we're going to do this one with it, and then we're going to do one colored one. I have to find my colors. So, alright. So we're going to do those three first, and that's going to be with vegetable oil. You don't really have to, you can put it down, but you don't really have to. I have this paper here I'm using, which works just as fine. It won't matter which side you do. You can do both sides or not. With the lighter papers, they don't really do both sides. And then you're just gonna put it on. This is baby oil, which you kind of already may have seen if you saw some of my other videos already, some of my papers like that. I didn't do baby oil the first time along because I didn't have it. I made these stamps right here. These are homemade stamps. Which I'll probably share too. This is this is my ocean theme. Ocean theme one. Okay, then we take our, and we're gonna just do that with it to get that excess off. We might flip it over. Now I could, and I might, just go ahead and do this other side. The best thing about the baby oil is it smells nice. That's pretty much it for me for the baby oil. It works, so it isn't like it doesn't work. It's the lightest of the bunch of the oil. Maybe the coconut oil is probably as light. Coconut oil is expensive, but we had oil for our doggies because it's supposed to help with their itching. So you can't really use it for much of anything else after you've used it for dogs. Okay, so then that's it. And you're gonna set it. I'm gonna set it aside. Now, what I've noticed is some of my colors here. Maybe that was like that before. It seemed like they kind of either melted or came off. So it might be that it'd be better to do the vellum first and then stamp it. So I don't know. That's a choice. So we're gonna put V on this up here. Or no, actually I'll put down here in this corner. No, not B. 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 I'm like, why am I putting a B? It's not. It's baby oil. Okay. There's different types of baby oil too, so don't get me wrong on that. All right, now we're gonna do this. Is copy paper. Copy paper. Copy paper. And copy paper I find interesting because see how it. For brushing, I have been told that it's better to dab it on with the copy paper. I've seen it on the videos that way. I kind of, myself, I kind of like this little texture that you get with, oops, wrong oil. You get with the streaks. So I could do this. What did I drop? Oh, my pen. I need my pen. This rose, in case you're wondering, was made from a glue stencil. From a glue stencil, yes. I repeat myself a lot so I can remember what I said because I'm old and my brain's squishy. So today, actually, is my birthday. It's not my birthday. It's the eve of my birthday. Tomorrow is my birthday. August 1st is my birthday. And I'm over half a century old. That is so cool to say that. Lots of people are like, I don't want to say how old I am. It's not that I don't want to say how old I am. It's just that if I told when my birthday is, and then I say how old I am, somebody will be able to figure out my birthday, and then they'll be able to use it. And people have used my birthday. Alright, so we have all of our oil on there now. And we're going to do our... Now I've seen other people put it on where they put it on with like a cotton ball or something. Or a soft sponge and rub it that way. So So I guess you could do it that way too. Once it dries, it's so much better. See now, the copy paper, I find you only really need to do one side. It's only if you have like these little mist spots that I have here, which I could, if I want, do this. Cover them up. And then I'll have to go through and take them off. Okay, so we got to write B on this one. A B on B for baby oil. B. So there's some up here that didn't get done. Oh, I'm recording.
I got enough stuff to buy, not real money. I got enough stuff from Arkham Asylum.
Yes.
To get Batman's Odin Soul, and I nuked it a bunch of times.
Oh wow. Okay.
I was messing around with it.
Yep, that's good. You're playing it on Scribble Knots?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was that funny? I nuked him a bunch of times.
Yeah, that's funny. It's a superhero way. Nuke everybody.
And he never even died. That's
no, well, he's just, yeah, it's also a video game, so you can nuke people in video games and they never die. Except me, I always die in video games. I do play video games, so you could check out Shardvixen's Den.
I also messed around with the main characters and make him dead.
Okay. Now you got zombies for main characters. So there's our, there's that one. Where'd my pin go? I'll put a B down here. Okay. Just so when it's all done, we'll look at them and we'll say, which ones do we like the best? Because can't compare them if I don't know what they are. Alright, so there's that one. And we're going to do our last one. Now, these papers here are these are all homemade stamps I made. And so seeing how they looked after I got them set up to glue. This is my favorite paper so far for, well, besides the copy paper, which works really well. I think if you tea stained your copy paper, you would get a really good parchment out of that. Okay. But anyway, so for my birthday though, my daughter's birthday is also right before mine. Her and I are a couple of days apart in our birthdays. And we're going to go to the coast and go to the casino. Where I live here in Oregon, we have the tribes have casinos all through the state and up along the coast. They're really nice. So we go when we can. Alright, so there we go. Put that one there. So you have to find some place to let these dry for a bit, and then you can share them. I'll share them afterwards. But I like to make interesting, like these ones here, interesting edges. These are hearts. I got heart edges that I'm working on. These things here. The thing I like about the oil is that it makes the two come together when it makes the page translucent, and so it's kind of a cool abstract looking thing. Alright, let's do this one. And you just want to try to get off as much of the extra oil as you can, but as is normal, I got oil right here so on this page, so it's not going to matter. Alright, so we're going to put a B on that one, B on this one, and then we're going to make one with colors. So let me go get my colors. I'm going to use food coloring. I'm sure you could use paint. I'm just not going to use paint right now, but I'm sure you could use paint in the oil. I'll use anything in the oil if you wanted. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take one of the primary colors, because we're only going to use primary. So we're going to go eeny, meeny, miny, moe, catch a tiger by the toe. My mommy told me I could not come home with a tiger by the toe. So you are not it. Alright, but you are it, because that's how I do that. We need a nice, pretty color of paper. Let's do this one. These are my coffins. Coffins. We're gonna put, since this is more of a water base, it will streak with the color. I like how it makes the little bubbles look. We have baby bubbles. Hello, bubbles. They look so cute. They're so cute. Okay, so then we're gonna now I'm not done this with the baby oil, so I can't tell you how it's gonna turn out. But let's see. Alright, here we go. Oh, it streaks too. Cool. I like the streaky parts. Streaky. Because it doesn't mix, that's why you get the streaks. But I like those streaks. You might not like the streaks. You might want it to do it a different way. I'm kind of into that weird abstracty things. Look, it's still got bubbles in it, but then different bubbles. Look at that. So there, I would say there's no purpose or design to this, really. You could just do whatever you want to do with it, because it's what's going to end up with the oil's still going to go on there. Whee. If you had a couple of different, you could put, it feels very thick on the bottom, you could put other colors on top of it. Like I probably, which we can try, ow, sorry, I hit my thing. Okay, so we got this, right? And then what we could do is we could drop just a tad bit of the food coloring. Oh no, where'd it go? Drop, there you go. On there. See what that does. We will hope it will make purple. Apparently not really. That's weird. Kind of made it black. Nothing is the same when you use oil. Okay, so what I find with the oil and the food coloring is that it's sticky. It absorbs into the paper a lot faster, and it's less oily. Kind of almost chalky, actually. Has that weird feel, but because it's copy paper, it works well. You could just play with it, I think, to see how what you like. Like right now I'm not dipping really deep into the oil. I'm not going to the bottom of the oil. I'm just going to the top of the oil, and the blue that's coming out is just the blue that's already in the brush. I prefer that. See, but then you could scrape that bottom and then get that really dark streaks. I think that you could probably dig in there and probably do a circle if you wanted. You possibly could put your fingers in there. I mean, I don't see why you couldn't. We could try that. Let's see. Let's do this first. It has a really weird texture to it. So, okay, so there's the blue. But on my skin, it doesn't come off as nicely as it does in the brush. So it does make a different texture to it. That's kind of neat. Different texturally things. So, alright, so then we've got our brush, and my skin is now blue. Blue. So we want to wipe our wiping our thing off. That smells so baby oily. Flip it. I'm not sure which side I like better. I mean, because we got this side, but then we have this side. which way you can see the coffins a lot easier on them. And most likely we'll be using a lot of these for pockets because they're very cool and you can sing. Alright, so that's the end of our baby oil. That's the baby oil one. Oh, let me pull it up a little closer so you can see it. I know it's not the best lighting in here. Kind of dark in here, so alright. And I'll catch you all on the flip side. I'm out of here. Peace. And decide which ones we like best. So this is the baby oil. Remember we did baby oil? There's the baby oil. Kind of like that one. That one turned out pretty cool. And then of course there's that. And then we did a colored one, which was that one, right? I think so. Feels like it. With the blue in it. I like the texture. Always like texture. That's very Vellum like texture there. So this is with baby oil. This is with the copy paper. Copy paper, I think, what makes copy paper and of course the tracing paper seem to make the best Vellum. I do like this paper though because it makes a nice see-through. Alright, so that's that. That was our baby oil.